You wake up early, you put in the effort, you've already cut out carbs, fasted, drunk tea, and swapped dinner for salad. And the belly, it's still there, exactly in the same place. This is not due to a lack of effort. This is not a lack of discipline. And for sure, this is not your fault. But there's a very specific reason why this is happening. And it has everything to do with the stage of life you're in right now. After 40, the body changes the rules of the game. And nobody warned you. Stay until the end of this video because what I'm going to show you here might be exactly what you're missing after so much effort without results. Have you ever caught yourself thinking, why was I losing weight with much less effort before? Or, why does the scale change, but my belly stays exactly the same? Or even, my neighbor eats twice as much, does nothing wrong, and doesn't have a belly. And here I am killing myself. If you've thought about at least one of these questions in the last few months, you're in the right place. Because what I'm going to explain here isn't just another list of forbidden foods. It's no longer a diet with a difficult name. It's something most people never stop to understand. And that is silently sabotaging the efforts of thousands of people over 40 every day. On Monday, another 800 grams. Soul. Continues. Third week, the scale hasn't moved. Maybe I need to do more. Then cut it even further. Eat less, walk faster. He sleeps badly from thinking so much. She gets annoyed. She gets tired. She gets frustrated. And at the end of the month, look in the mirror. The belly is still there, perhaps even bigger than when it started. I identified with it. Because you're not alone. And that comment helps me understand how many people need to hear that today. And while you're here, leave a like too. It seems small, but it really helps this video reach more people who are going through the same thing. Try. Get stuck. Get discouraged. Try again. And nobody explains what's going on underneath all of this. So let's talk about that now. And if you continue eating the same things you ate before and doing the same exercises as before, the result will be different. Not because you changed, but that's because their metabolism changed. And then you start thinking that the problem is you. The problem is that no one explained to you that the strategy needs to change as well. And for those over 40, it could be the key to everything. Keep reading here. Yes, sleepless nights. Yes. But also, a very restrictive diet, excessive exercise without adequate recovery, skipping meals, going hungry for a long time. In other words, the same things people do when trying to lose weight. They may be signaling to the body that it is in danger. And the body, in danger mode, doesn't lose weight. The body in danger mode guards, stores fat. It conserves energy, keep everything. If you've spent the last few months restricting yourself too much, sleeping poorly, putting pressure on yourself, feeling guilty when you strayed from your diet, your cortisol levels were likely elevated for most of that time. And while cortisol levels were high, the body was in storage mode. Don't let go. That explains a lot, doesn't it? And this partner is probably the biggest silent saboteur for those over 40. And it starts to accumulate. And the worst part, the more visceral fat you have in your belly, the more resistant to insulin the body becomes, the more it becomes. It's a cycle. Visceral fat worsens insulin resistance. Insulin resistance makes it easier to accumulate more visceral fat, one feeding the other. And many people over 40 are trapped in this cycle without knowing it. But also, I am ruim, chronic stress, sedentary lifestyle, meals poorly distributed throughout the day, long periods without eating followed by very large meals, everyday things, things that seem normal, things that nobody told you were sabotaging your results. After the age of 40, these hormones begin to change, and this change has a direct effect on where the body stores fat. Before menopause, estrogen helps distribute fat more evenly throughout the body. With the drop in estrogen, the body begins to store fat in the abdominal region. It's a real physiological change. It's not weakness. It's not for lack of trying. It's the body responding to a hormonal change that's a part of life. And the problem is that people continue to use the same strategies they used before this change, and they get frustrated when it no longer works. That's not how it works. Because if you already have high cortisol levels, insulin resistance, and hormones in transition, an ultra-restrictive diet will worsen all three things at the same time. Regularity, predictability. When you eat at the same times every day, when you go to sleep and wake up at the same time, when you stop skipping meals and then overeating, the body begins to trust. And a body that trusts, relax. And a body that relaxes, it starts to release fat. Extreme restriction, extreme hunger, compulsion, guilt, extreme restriction again. This cycle keeps cortisol levels high. It keeps insulin levels unregulated. Keep your body alert. And it keeps visceral fat exactly where it is, but as a specific mechanism that most people have never seen, explained in this way. When you sleep poorly, and here I'm not just talking about lack of sleep, I'm talking about fragmented sleep, light sleep, sleep that doesn't restore health. The body produces more ghrelin. Ghrelin is the hunger hormone, and at the same time, it produces less leptin. Leptin is the satiety hormone. In other words, a bad night's sleep literally reprograms your hunger for the next day. You wake up feeling hungrier. You feel less satisfied after eating. And he spends the whole day feeling hungry, even when he shouldn't be. During or I am deep, the body secretes growth hormone. This hormone plays a direct role in breaking down visceral fat. No deep sleep. Without enough growth hormone, the body loses one of its most powerful tools for attacking abdominal fat. Every night, silently, without you even realizing it. Hormones transitioning through life stages. Poor sleep amplifies all of this. You are not failing. You have 4 forces pushing against you at the same time. And nobody told you that. In fact, in many cases, it's simpler. It's not a diet with a name. It's an eating pattern that keeps insulin levels stable throughout the day. Fourth, sleep as a non-negotiable priority. I don't eat luxury goods. As a weight loss tool, stable sleep routine, dark and cool environment, no screen time for at least 30 minutes before bed. That's not a minor detail. This is part of the protocol. A walk without headphones. A moment of the day that is just for you. Small habits that lower cortisol levels have a direct impact on belly fat. Sometimes what appears to be a lack of effort is actually excessive effort in the wrong direction. And the turning point happens when you stop trying to force your body to respond with strategies that weren't designed for your current stage of life. What works for you? Now, at this stage. And now you have the information to change that. Because what I explain there will perfectly complement what you just learned here.